Hey, C Squared here. A couple of weeks ago, I returned my Phantom 4 Pro that I'd been using for a month or two because of a malfunctioning or defective gimbal. Thankfully, it was still within the return time period, so I was able to get a full refund, and then I just turned around and put that money on a brand new Phantom 4 Pro version 2. And I was excited. It's unbelievable, the kind of childlike enthusiasm that you can get when you're a grown-ass man over a drone. So anyway, if you've been flying drones, you know what I'm talking about. There's just something about it. It just kind of brings out the kid in us. So I was so excited, waiting like it was Christmas coming up, and even though it's after Christmas, and then it showed up. And I was so excited, I even made an unboxing video, even though I felt like a complete idiot doing it. Just couldn't help myself. So here's a little footage of that. If you hate these kind of things, just skip ahead about a minute.
I'm going to Jackson. Turn loose in my coat, 'cause I'm going to Jackson.
But that's all she wrote. But the laugh at you in Jackson, and I'll be dancing on a pony cake. They'll lead you around town like the scalded hound with your tail tucked between your legs. You're going to Jackson, you big talking man. I'll be waiting in Jackson behind my J-Pan fan.
Well, now we got...
So once I got the new Phantom set up, I wanted to get out and fly it as soon as possible. So I took off up to my friend Daniel's motorcycle shop, and he happens to be the same friend who had been letting me use his Mavic Air for the last couple of weeks while I waited for this new Phantom to come in. So once I got there, I wanted to fly around the shop, do some fun little shots going around the corners and looking at the bikes from the air, just checking things out, and also wanted to fly over the blueberry field behind the shop and then take a look out over some of the buildings. So here's some of that footage just kind of put together in a little montage. It's always so much fun to see a new drone take off for the first time. Flying up over the building a little bit. Turn around. There's me and Dan. Going back over again, check out the bikes. Come up over the corner of the building here. Daniel always likes to bring the bikes out on these sunny days, put them in the parking lot. Sweep around, take a look at the bikes from the side of the building here. A little panning, sliding shot, and then back the other way. Getting a little practice in. And sweep over the top of them. Take a look down, top-down shot. Alright, then I decided to go out, take a look at the blueberry field that's out behind property here, and to get a downward angle and just look top down on this blueberry field. It's just kind of a cool geometrical thing to see these straight lines. Alright, tilted up and taking a look around, do a little pan around the neighborhood. A lot of nice houses in this area. Sort of an upper middle class heaven out there. Rolling this at 60 frames per second, so it's being converted into this 24 frame per second timeline, so it's a little bit possibly jittery on some of the motion, but the image looks great. Panning down, road in front of Daniel's shop here, bit of a lens flare. There's Daniel's shop down in the center lower part of the frame, tilting down. You can see the bikes there. And that's about it for this part of the flight. So this was the very first flight of this new Phantom, and with about 30-35% of the battery left, I decided to make this shot that would appear from the perspective of someone coming into the motorcycle shop from the driveway entrance at the road and coming towards the building. So what happened next is what will explain why this box or case is missing something very important. Of all my Charlie Brown moments, this one might have been the Charlie Browniest. So as painful as that was to watch, it was nowhere near as painful to see it on the video as it was to see it from my perspective. My brand new Phantom, I came up and hit a power line that I had forgotten was there. There's a lot of power lines around that building, and I decided to try and pass under them towards the building and raise up on the other side. I wasn't really looking at the screen, I was watching the Phantom, and it just seemed further away from me than it really was. So it was a complete 100% my fault, just a real dumb thing to do. I was probably just too excited and just had too much energy, too much adrenaline going about having this new drone, and bam, it was gone. So as you can see, the pieces, it's just ridiculous. It destroyed it. It hit that power line and fell straight to the ground. Didn't hurt the power line, I'm glad about that, but it destroyed the drone, and now I get to try and see how the DJI Care Refresh program works without ever even finishing the first battery of this Phantom 4 Pro. So this is a cautionary tale for anybody who's flying drones that hasn't crashed one yet. It's a horrible thing to see, you know, $13, $14, $1,500, whatever, fall right out of the sky and bust into all these little pieces. So be careful out there when you're flying your drone. Watch for obstacles. Try to make sure that you're just really aware of what's in the immediate environment, especially power lines, little tree branches, and things like that that are just easy to overlook when you're really focused on flying the drone and running the camera and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I will come back on here, make another video soon about how this turns out. Hopefully it'll be soon. I don't know how long it's going to take, but we'll see what I get back from DJI in terms of the Care and Refresh program. Hopefully I will get a perfectly functioning Phantom 4 Pro version 2 that is absolutely comparable to the one I just crashed, and maybe I'll be a little safer next time. I hope so. So anyway, if you like this video in spite of the carnage, click like, subscribe, come on back, and I'll see you soon.